You need to know how to write. I mean, I think every other skill is learnable, but writing, if you get into a newsroom and you can't write, you're not going to go anywhere. But if you can write, everything else you need to be a producer, you can learn quickly. And that's from how to put a show together to how to talk to reporters and order graphics and cue live shots. All that stuff comes, but you need to know how to write first.
Is that still a requirement, or the basic requirement for these jobs that we haven't yet described, that maybe don't exist yet?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, writing is a fundamental skill, and whether you're a photographer by training and you want to be a photographer, those days of just being a photographer don't exist anymore. You might be asked to put a video essay together, or write, a story that goes with that video essay. So you really need to be able to write, and writing, even if you're not writing a track, a script for a package, you're putting a video essay together, you still need to know how to tell that story, right, in your head, even with not using your words but someone else's words. You need to know how those weave together so that you're telling a coherent story. It's not just a collection of random sound bites and video put together and called something. So,
what about visual storytelling skills? What do you suggest people should focus on to be prepared for these new jobs?
Let me think about that for a second. I mean, I think it's the basics. It's knowing what a good shot is, knowing the types of shots you need, that the motion should happen in front of you, not with the camera panning and zooming and all that stuff. You don't need to know how to do a lot of fancy editing at the beginning, especially for online and for mobile. The less fancy the better, frankly, because the screens are so small that any sophisticated stuff kind of gets washed out, and it's not high-end viewing yet, so you really need to be able to do basic things, and just having that visual eye for what's happening in the shot, and knowing how to sequence and get different types of shots to make it work is important for visual storytelling.
Where do you see the future of all this going? I know there are a lot of students either graduating or having just graduated who've got a major in journalism, love the business, and are terrified.
It's scary. I mean, it is, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's not great, but there's more opportunity. Anyone who says that they know where this is going is making it up. They just are. No one knows where this is going. I think what you need to do is have a basic skill set. And those who have a basic skill set, and I'm not sure, I've heard a lot of talk about having a brand identity for themselves as a journalist. Being able to demonstrate that you can multitask and do multiple things as a journalist. It's not just broadcast journalism anymore. It's not just magazine. It's not just print. You have to really have a combination of skills.
Are there any jobs? Will there be jobs?
Yes, there will always be jobs for journalists. I feel confident of that. What those jobs will look like a year from now, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now, I don't know. This job that I have today did not exist when I graduated college in 1998. It didn't even occur to me that this would be a position that could exist 5 years ago. I mean, I thought when you graduated with a degree in broadcast journalism, you went to work at a TV station, and then you were a producer, and then you were an executive producer, and then you were a news director, and then I couldn't even fathom what came after that, right?
Then you're a news director in different markets.
News director in different markets, and then you're a consultant, and then you're doing your fishing, whatever. But yeah, this job didn't exist 5 years ago. I basically created this job. The AP, created online video, and then they said, well, we need people who know how to do video. And so, I found them and they found me, and who knows what the jobs are going to look like in 5 years from now. But a basic skill set of being able to write and shoot and edit, will always get you somewhere, I think.